and then came back. Ugh. Um,
You really don't like Envy, my God.
I just this is my thing is you how do I put it? You how do I put it? You contradict yourself and you play the victim. I'm not up for people who play the victim. I
How do you
can't.
think she plays the victim, just out of curiosity? What specifically do you think she says?
The Well, you talked about my kids first. Well, she'll bring up everyone else, buddy's business. You know.
Okay. Right.
I just think she's ghetto, to be honest. Like, and she
Considering where the
depresses
ghettos
me.
come from, that makes sense.
And she depresses me. Like, what the fuck? Like, no, it's like imagine if you're at a restaurant and you want to patron this restaurant and pay good money, and they're like, if you're at a restaurant, you want to patron this restaurant and pay good money, you're gonna purchase all the courses, and they dump the greasiest lasagna in front of you as a first course, as in a amuse bouche, and I don't like that.
Can we talk about Jen going off last night?
I missed it.
I was there. Well, I wasn't there, so had it playing in the background, but I was reading a book, and I thought I heard Jen in the box. I'm like, wait, Jen's in the box. Let me flip over real quick. And next thing I know, Jen's I know you got to be a virgin with that voice. Nobody would fuck you, basically. Ooh.
I've just I have no idea, honestly, at this point, who's beefing who. People
You
are
made
kind
me
of.
mad, Jen said. That he didn't say anything after she made that statement.
Who was that about?
Shy Warrior.
Oh, yeah, I think that the whole shy warrior of it all for Trey, and I wish her Godspeed.
That was hilarious. Like I'm like, wait, I hear Jen in a voice. Let me in a box. Let me pop back over real quick.
And 100% for the record, New York Jen, NY Jen is a snitch.
Ooh,
Just saying.
what you do? What you do? Tell us.
Just saying.
Who's she
I
snitching?
thought I was on mute, and Tacos told Envy she smelled, and I like low laughed and shit, and I guess I wasn't muted, and she busted me out. He's like, who laughed? It was shit. I'm like, really, bro? Really?
Hold on one sec. Hold on. I got a response to this. Hold on.
You just own it, Chevy. Like, Tacos lately has been hilarious to me, and I don't know what that's saying about me, but maybe it's because I stopped and I asked her. Lee has been hilarious to me, and I stopped and I asked her. I said, "Are you on your vitamins?" And yeah, I don't know. I'm in a cussing mood.
It's just when Taco said it and the timing of like the laugh, but it was low, like, and Jen said it made her laugh harder, and yeah. I tried so hard not to laugh at that, and it didn't happen.
Girl, ain't she saying she was gonna pew pew your man?
That was chaos.
Why am I mixing them up twice today? I've accused her of this twice. That's Why do I not think of chaos?
But Envy said if me and her meet up to fight, her so-called husband, which they're not even married, is gonna be there with the pew pew. I'm like, yeah, you can't fight. I'm like, yeah, you can't fight. She swears up and down she's gonna drag me, but what she doesn't understand is my father taught me military combat because my dad is a veteran. So
Y'all are not meeting up to fight. Can we stop doing this? Because I've already I had to delete my notes app fight cards of all the people who swore up and down they were gonna meet up.
Well,
And
Strawberry, but people have. You were gone for a while. People did.
these are not people who are going to though.
She claims she has my address. She can come here. She
She's
ain't gonna
not.
like
She's
what
not going. She's not going.
she's not gonna like what she's gonna meet. Because I'm gonna beat the fuck out of her the minute she touches my grass.
Why were you beating her up? Just let that chopper sing. I keep telling people, "Oh, I'm gonna
She
come to your
has
house."
a picture of my minor children, Strawberry.
That's what I mean. Let the chopper sing. The moment she passes that threshold and she's on your property, we're emptying clips. Why are we fighting?
Like, I have the yellow, like, that holds more legal stance, no trespassing signs. Yeah.
You left. You missed it. You missed your boy. He left.
Who met up to fight?
A couple people. So do you remember Arby? You know, Genty's cousin.
The unhinged one?
So he met up to fight Blaze. Blaze fought Genty. TV had pulled up on Scala. Let's see who else. There's a couple more. I'd have to think back.
Somebody was trying to pull up on Rouge.
Yes,
Who's telling me that?
a couple people. Yeah. I don't know if you remember this person, Manifestor Laser.
Yeah, the one with the no teeth.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Someone told me he's back on the app recently. I was like, oh.
There's only one person I think on this app that I would be open to like fighting.
Hey,
Do I know
Sean.
that?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chevy.
I'm coming back with a new toy, too. It's oil spill. Oh my god, it's fucking gorgeous. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got done eating dinner. I was gonna cook, and then I said, "Fuck it, I don't feel like it."
We're gonna play a new game. It's gonna be, is that a real pew pew or is that a pepper ball pew pew?
Get with you.
Pepper
Don't
ball
do
to
it on
the
the
eye,
app.
motherfucker.
Don't do it on the app. I did that once and it got me banned for like almost a month.
See, I have this unhinged, crazy pain in the ass of mine who's an ex Marine Special Forces. So yeah, it's kind of fun.
That's kind of funny because my dad did some undercover, shit when he was in the army. So
Yeah, Marines are interesting characters. Let's just put it that way.
They're not well in the head. They're
I
not well
don't
in the
think
head.
really anybody in the military is anymore because it takes some. For some of the stories that my dad told me that he could talk about, them fuckers are fucking psychotic. No matter what branch of the military you're in.
Yeah. I've like I don't know, like okay, like and maybe Shauntes knows this because she's a little more local to me. But you know when they would have like Fleet Week and stuff? Oh my God, it would be the worst. They let these bitches run around fucking town acting a fool. I've slashed a couple of their tires on principle.
I mean, I did my training at Lackland.
Ooh.
And you know something special about Chevy?
What, Chevy?
I can bring you back to life. I'm a basic life support provider.
Hey, KB, what's up?
Good morning, so can I'm CPR certified. Anyways, I grew up in a military town. They are some wild individuals and freaky as hell too. Um,
I
So-
have a theory on this, KB. You ready for this theory?
huh?
Especially when it comes to Marines. So I think that Marines in my age group, which is 40, I think they were given high level. I think they were shot up with testosterone when they were in, because there's no reason that in their 40s their testosterone level should be that of a 20-year-old. So their body
Yeah.
normalized out.
So, I used to, like I said, I grew up in military town, so I used to babysit for a lot of military families growing up. And, there was this one military family that, he, like, they were swingers, I guess.
No, I'm not
like,
surprised.
or he would bring people home and watch. And he like tried to teach me to drive a stick shift while he was rip roaring fucking drunk. I was like 14. It was some little sports car. They're wild, man.
They are, but
They're
it's
wild.
also fun. So, it's also very fun. I like to say. Hold on. I can say they're fun. Again, they are. I'm sorry, but and I've talked to multiple people. I personally I make him go get tested because there's no reason. Again, in our 40s, his testosterone levels should be the way that they are. So and it's only with the Marines too. These older Marines that served like back in like early 2000s that have these levels. They were shooting them up with testosterone. I'm telling you.
They had to. I would not. Oh, sorry, Chevy. Go ahead, babe.
Pro, you're not supposed to be choking on it.
They they were absolutely they do it in their adulthood. That's what you're seeing, Shauntes. Because my brother, he owns a jujitsu gym, and let me tell you, these motherfuckers are not well in the head. They're some of the most sick people ever.
I gotta ask: is he part of 10th Planet?
What do you mean 10th Planet? Like Gracie?
Like jiu-jitsu?
I don't. What's 10th Planet? No.
Okay, never mind. It was,
I know that they had recent controversy with like some people that he was affiliated with.
I'm just saying, I don't know who you are, so until you tell me who you are, you're not getting brought up.
There was oh shit, my brain.
Yeah.
So before I was in the career I am now, I worked in an adult novelty store.
Mm-hmm.
That's the TikTok friendly way of that.
I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So me and my coworkers had this fun little game. Do you remember when Craigslist had the missed connections? we used to go on there and look and see if we could find like customers because they would post pictures and shit, right?
Oh my god.
There was this little basic babies because I grew up near Fort Benning. It's been changed back. It used to be, they changed it to Fort Moore, but it used to be Fort Benning in Georgia. And there was these two little basic babies that came out, and they were out on the weekend, loose on the town. And one of them came in and they said, "Oh, he's looking for a transgender woman," but he used the slur.
Mm.
And lo and behold, this motherfucker was on Craigslist, posted a picture of himself wanting to hook up with a transgender woman.
No, let me tell you. So, Camp Pendleton's not that far from me. Okay. It's a little drive, but it ain't that far. When I was like 17, 18, we would go out there for the weekend.
That is a canon event. It's a canon event. Talk to me about the Pizza Hut inside that base.
So we used to go out there on the weekend, me and my girlfriends. Let me tell you, that shit have been doing it at all. I settled down, then I left for Lackland, and all that, did my own thing. And now I'm back. I was like, I'm never coming back to California. Now I'm back. I came back in 17? And now I'm with a retired Marine. They're an interesting cup of tea.
Let me tell you about Camp Pendleton. Let me tell you about Camp Pendleton. Listen, when I tell you, my dumbass decided I'm going to befriend a girl who was a little bit older than I was in college. And this was like, I had met her while I was working at a job, and it was like my first job. And so I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, she seems super cool. She was dating a guy who was living on base in Camp Pendleton in the barracks. Okay. And so she's like, I'm telling her about all of these parties that we have on campus and stuff. And so I invited her to come out to our little campus parties, and she was like, oh my God, like, this is not fun. Like, you want to meet some really hot guys? And I was like, you know what, lady? Not really, but I like the experience. And one thing about me at that age, I was not going to hook up with anybody, but I was absolutely down to observe, to be able to fucking, I didn't have much lived experience. And so I was like, yeah, like, let's fucking do it. So we make the drive out multiple times, okay? So then I decide, yeah. So I was like, yeah, like, let's fucking do it. So we make the drive out multiple times. I decide, yeah, I'm going to befriend some of these people, thinking they're completely fucking normal. No, they were not normal. They were not hinged. They were like, they were from bumfuck Mississippi. And I decide, yeah, I'm going to befriend some of these people. They were like, they God knows where else in the United States of America. All of them collected, shot up with whatever, mentally insane. Oh my God. I found God knows where else in the United States of America. Really insane. I found myself in a love triangle with some guy I never wanted. A baby mama.
Why you always got some kind of man in your life and
A baby mama
in your life and always hunching somebody.
I wasn't hunching. No. Baby, one body.
You hunch more than me as a Muslim than I do as a heathen.
No. One body.
I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying, because they are kind of crazy. So, see, I was the wild child, and I'm not going to deny it.
I wasn't hunching. I was wasting niggas' time.
I was wild. See, I was the opposite of Strawberry. I was fucking wild. So if I wasn't out in Oceanside, I was at the Playboy Mansion.
Oceanside. Of course. What do you think she was doing in the Playboy Mansion? Reading them the Bible?
I was a wild child. Never denied that.
At this point, I'm gonna see if we can get a 7-bedroom in hell.
Listen, and pro bono, don't put that on me, honey, because one thing about me is
you're gonna be right down there with me.
I was not. Listen, I just didn't have experience talking to guys, and so how the fuck am I gonna get experience talking to guys if I don't talk to guys? And so
don't worry, when I get down there, I'm gonna say, do y'all have any halal food? My friend Strawberry on her way down.
But that's the crazy thing is actually, I don't know if you're still out here, Strawberry. There are so many stores that actually have a whole section of halal.
Well, yeah, that's like, let me tell you, the point is that bitch was married and she had kids, and her nigga was like an officer. So he was like higher ranking than this little bitch that she was running after, who was like 19, and I was 19 at the time. And so he had a crush on her. Nigga was like an officer bitch that she was running after, who was like 19. And so he had a crush on me. So he's like, I'm trying to take you out. And I was like, yeah, but I'm driving back to San Diego and I have class in the morning, dude. I don't know what's wrong with you, but we can text, like, we'll be friends. And so she gets word of this. She crashes out. This bitch was trying to fight me. Mind you, the guy she was married to, not the father of said kids. And I'm thinking, this is what I get for hanging out with poverty. And I go searching on Facebook for her husband. I'm looking for the husband. I find the husband, Shauntes, and you will not believe it, because he was obviously higher ranking. This guy was like a little nerd. He was like an engineer. He was working in the military. He was getting paid good. He took this whore in. And so I was like, I can't stand for this. She's trying to fight me and cheat on you? No. Mind you, she's getting teenagers crossfaded. Like, is nobody piss testing him? Because I was on the beach, we're all sharing an edible, and God knows what else we were sipping on back then. Haram. We've now been delivered. But I find her husband, and I'm like, hey, I think we need to have a conversation. And he's like, mind you, this white guy's like, he's like a bald fucking middle-aged white dude. He's like, fuck does this hoe want? He's like, what does this young bitch want? I was not even on Facebook, created a Facebook account exclusively for him. So he's thinking, who the hell is this? I send him my number. Okay. Like, I was ballsy and gutsy. And I was like, I think it's really important. It's regarding your wife. Here's my number. This guy agrees to meet up with me. You'll never believe where, Shauntes, because if you know San Diego County, then you know I was crazy for this.
Where?
I was planning on going out that night and I didn't want him to ruin it for me. And so I was like, listen, I tell my friends, you guys can pregame. I'll meet you guys out. I'm like, yeah, dude, just meet me in a hookah lounge. You guys can pregame. I'll meet you guys out. Just meet me in a hookah lounge and gas lamp. What?
So okay, so my dad's in San Diego County. I'm in LA County, but yes.
Like, no, it was ghetto as fuck. And it was ghetto. I was like, meet me in a hookah lounge
I
in
have
gas
fun
lamp
in the
quarter.
gas lamp area. I'm sorry, I still have fun out there.
No, it smells like piss. If you know, like, there's a couple of places that I just can never, like,
No.
no, my friend owns like a nice establishment out there, and then I have another friend whose family owns like a nice restaurant. It's nice. I'll go there. I'm old. I don't do none of that. But the point is, this fucking like this strung up fucking military dude pulls up his little nerdy ass to the Super Lounge. I'm fucking hitting my double mint. I'm like, listen, man, your wife's trying to fight me. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, your wife, the fat ass, the lady who you pay for her kids, even though they're not yours. Yeah, she's cheating on you. And here's the proof. And I'm like, mind you, this is so insane to say now, but the screenshots I had of her were all with that like dog filter, if you guys remember back. And he's just sitting there in shock. And
Well,
he's
okay,
like,
so
I can't believe she did
there's a
this.
difference between Marines who come in as officers and just regular enlisted Marines. Big difference. Big difference. Mentally, too. Emotionally.
Yeah. But my confusion was that this lady was like completely dumb, and you could tell that this guy was like he had no life experience. He was just like me, except with less charisma. And so I'm just over here acting like I care, and so he's over here getting emotional, and he's like, "Yeah, like I consider her kids to be my kids. I thought she was going to be in my life forever." And I was like, "Yeah, she's a whore. Where'd you find her?" And at the end, and this is like in my 19-year-old brain, I thought, this is gonna eat photo. I said, can we take a picture together? Flower crown filter on, send it to her. And I'm like, yeah, your man knows you're a whore. He ends up leaving her. I don't know. I never heard from her after that. I just stopped going around because I thought she was gonna unalive me. Because you know they get paid.
Yeah.
Like they put them up in the nice houses. They're not putting them up with the rest of these people. And she had health insurance for her kids because of him.
Yeah.
And Ozempic wasn't really out back then, but I imagine, you know.
Yeah, no. They're interesting characters. Let's put it that way. See, my pain in the ass is a little bit different though, because like we grew up together. Known each other since we're like middle school, 11, 12 years old, somewhere around there. Had a thing for each other in high school, but I was with someone, he was with someone, so it never worked out. And then when I moved back, we started hanging out, and just it turned into something more. 8 years now, but yeah, they're a character. They're a handful. They're a handful.
Yeah, I could never, I don't think. A lot of people I grew up with ended up like with military people because, you know, we grew up in a military town. But I was gonna say, your slideshow, every time it shows the galaxy, reminds me of this website I found the other day. NASA has archives of pictures they take of the like different pictures. And you can look up like your date of birth. Well, you can't go before 95. So if you were born before 95, we're too old. But it was really neat and pretty.
Yeah, no, one of my friends sent me this, and I was like, this is a trip, like comparing, different things to different things. Like that's blood vessels on the top, and yeah, no, one of my friends sent me this, and different things to, and tree roots on the bottom. See what else was there. This was the death of a star and the birth of a cell. Universe and a brain cell.
You should do a shark's brain and a uterus.
Lightning and veins. This one didn't. I didn't cut it right. This is a thumbprint in a tree, and then this one is lungs and roots. I found it to be interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, the reason why I call my cycle Shark Week, because a uterus looks just like a shark's brain.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, no. Military are some interesting characters. I'll say it. See, I was in, the top of the military, I was in the Air Force, which is the best.
My mama was a corpsman in the Navy.
There's a difference between the Air Force and the Marines and the Army and the Navy. Air Force is the best. Let's just say it. It's that simple. We have the best accommodations. We get the top of everything.
You guys also have the least amount of trauma from what I've seen. Like, most people I've seen in the Air Force tend to be well adjusted.
So
I don't think they get diddled as much. Like, no shade, but people are getting diddled on them bases. And yeah. That's why sometimes when I see people who are like super pro-military and are women and they're conservatives, I'm like, good luck.
Man, we are going to be sitting in line in hell together.
Yeah,
I already got my first class ticket.
my aunt was in the Navy also, and that's part of how she got 100% compensation from the military, is because she got diddled so badly.
She got diddled. Sorry.
Strawberry, stop. I don't mean to laugh. Katie, I'm not trying to laugh.
I'm not laughing at like the fucking thing that happened. It's just the term itself.
Well, I mean, I couldn't think of like, my brain stroked out and you had just said that, so.
Yeah, it was the diddle that just threw me off.
It was the word diddle that just like
maybe short circuit there for a moment. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I short circuit. Because yeah, no.
I was just agreeing it's a problem.
It is, and I will say,
military.
And I'm happy she got full benefits, because if we're being honest,
a lot of people didn't.
Most places, women are not believed in the military when it comes to that.
She must have some crazy evidence on her side, or at least some pretty decent people.
Yeah, because
she's also super fucking crazy. So they thought that they made her schizophrenic.
Oh,
she was she's a code breaker. I can't think of the correct term right now. She can't think of the correct term right now in the Navy. So
I would love to say something really inappropriate, but it would not have been appropriate for after what you just said. I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's almost my bedtime.
No, I feel that. Don't.
It's almost my bedtime.
Shauntes, do you know what I do for work?
No, I don't.
I'm a 911 dispatcher. Dark humor is how I survive.
Yeah, I was going to say something completely inappropriate, but it wasn't appropriate. But I only got 3 hours of sleep after being up for 20 hours. And I'm about to go to sleep because I have to be at work at 1 a.m. So
I thought you was gonna play the rest of Envy's live.
Huh?
I thought you was gonna play the rest of Envy's live.
I was going to, but I don't feel like it now. I was having fun just chit-chatting. Shockingly.
Jeez. Not pro bono leaving after saying we're going to be sitting next to each other in the line in hell. I'm not going to hell.
It's only 3:30. Yeah, I got to
Jeez. We're going to be sitting next to each other.
Go to bed. I need to try to at least get 7 hours tonight.
If you go to sleep now, won't it just ruin your sleep?
I have to be at work at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh.
And I don't get off until 4:30 tomorrow in the morning.
Oh.
Till 4:30 tomorrow or 5. I don't know.
That's a shitty fucking schedule.
But I do that 3 days a week.
I feel that.
4:30 tomorrow. But I do that 3.
I work 6 to 6 at night. But I work an hour away from where I live. So I go to bed at like 8. I get up at like 2:30.
And then I do Tuesdays, I do anywhere between 4 to 8 hours. And then every once in a while, I have to go cover other clinics. But yeah, I'm going to end so I can get in the shower. I will talk to you guys later. I do anywhere between 4 to 8 hours. Yeah, I'm going to end so I can get in the shower. Talk to you guys later.